as my counselor, doctor was saying that you go one of two ways, either carrying endless grief or turning to drugs and alcohol for relief. I actually did both. I'm embarrassed to admit that. In my early 20s, I drank along with my husband, and we drowned our pain together. Experimented with some drugs, kind of drew the line in the sand there and said, well, I'm not going to do that drug or that drug, but this drug sure helps me to feel okay and forget about my pain for a few minutes. And then came to a realization as I was ready to be a mother that I needed to turn from that, you know, I needed to give my children life and complete life and be there for them and be a godly mother. And so then found myself confronted with that grief. So, for instance, I had a little cat named Doobie, who I loved very much. Very special little creature who just had a personality all his own, and loved him very much. And one day he got hit by a car, and he was, you know, taken to the animal hospital. He was still alive, and I, you know, drove down to the animal hospital and got down literally on my hands and knees and begged them. I said, I don't care how much it costs, you save my Doobie. Do whatever it takes, save my Doobie. And of course they weren't able to save Doobie. And so I went back to the animal hospital and I said, I want his body. And they said, oh, we just usually put them in the incinerator. And I said, no, you know, I have to have Doobie and I have to have him. And so they gave me his body in a garbage bag, and I went down to the local ravine and with a shovel and dug and dug and dug, because there was tree roots everywhere. And I was determined that I wanted to bury Doobie deeply enough in the ground that no animal could dig him back up, that I had to give him a proper burial. And so I was there for probably 6 to 8 hours. I was covered in dirt. I was crying. I was grieving deeply. And my husband came, and the sun was setting, and he said, come on, you know, we've got to go. And I said, no, I'm staying here with Doobie, and I can't leave him, and I love him. And, you know, my husband literally dragged me out of that ravine at like 10 o'clock at night. And I went back there every day for weeks, grieving for this cat, I thought. And then all of a sudden, after weeks, it dawned on me that I hadn't had a chance to bury that aborted child. I hadn't had a chance to hold that aborted child. I hadn't had a chance to experience the closure that you need to experience with the death of anyone. And so I had done it with the cat, and that was a huge moment of awakening for me.